All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Look at this cryptic lighting. Ooh, why does it look so different? It looks so different than normal. It's because I'm filming at night. Normally, I'm fast asleep by now. It's like 6:30, okay? Normally, I'm sleeping by now, okay? That's not true, but normally I do film during the day, and so the lighting probably looks very different, and thus I look like a vampire. Scary. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to talk about Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar both saying the same very weird, silly thing in their interviews because it puts me in a position to question them, question their strategies as fighters, which is crazy. Like where I get to act holier than thou about Calvin Kattar and Max Holloway as it relates to how they approach their fight career. And that makes me feel good about myself, okay? I get to tell them what they could be doing better, which obviously means I know everything. And that's generally the approach that everyone has now. You go on Twitter, you go on like whatever, and people are like, I know everything, okay? No one can teach me anything. I already know. What are you going to tell me? I already know everything. So this is going to get to put me in this position, but I don't think that my position is going to be very off base here. So, all right, let's talk. If you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Okay, so this is going to be one of those things that's kind of like right in the not really in the sweet spot of where I really dominate, but like kind of, because I'm not going to break this fight down. I don't know who's going to win. I like Max Holloway in this fight because I love Max Holloway. And by the way, have you guys seen the new promo for that fight? It's bananas, dude. But I listened to it. Matter of fact, I'll probably remember to put this in. Watch this. Put headphones on. I'm serious. Don't, if you have headphones anywhere near you, put headphones on when you watch this. It is, I watched it like 15 times. Literally like 15 times, okay? That fight's going to be awesome. But this is one of the best promos I've seen in a long time. Anyway, well, here, I'll put it on right now. That's going to look so weird if I forget. Anyway, so let me tell you what these guys said, okay? So both Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar said that they don't watch fight film on their opponents, okay? So they don't watch old fights of their opponents. So Calvin Kattar said that he watched bits and pieces of the Holloway and Volkanovski fight. What? And Max Holloway said no, he doesn't like to watch fight film. Okay, that is crazy talk, okay? It's crazy talk. Crazy talk. Now, I did just make, at some point in one of my videos, I was saying you have to game plan at this level. Apparently not. If Max Holloway is not game planning at this level, I mean, he does fight the same every time. But look, there's actually two sides to this, okay? There's the game planning side, which I shamed Chael Sonnen for saying that you shouldn't game plan, right? But then there's another thing, okay? These two guys are strikers, right? Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar exclusively fight on their feet if they are left to their own devices, right? So they're going to fight on their feet. That's what's going to happen in this fight. Now, to not watch tape on the other fighter when you're going to strike with them, that's crazy, okay? And this is actually something I do know about, okay? When you're fighting a guy standing up, it's not super complicated. However, you're trying to figure the other guy out. You're trying to figure out his patterns. You're trying to figure out his timing. Okay, when he comes in and does this, what does he do? It's that's why when you hear somebody say oh, he thinks he's got him, or oh, he thinks he has him figured out. It's that he figured out that when he throws this punch, he drops his left hand, or when he feints this way, usually he's going to throw this punch and that punch. And that way you know what counter to throw, okay? Why would you wait until you're in the octagon with the guy to start figuring that out? A guy like Max Holloway, who has dozens of fights that you could watch, why would you not watch them? Why would you not start figuring his patterns out in advance? Or and Calvin Kattar, same thing. He's an incredibly crisp fighter. But why would you not try to figure out his timing? Why wouldn't you try to figure out that when he throws this punch, generally he comes behind it with this? Or if he moves his feet like this, generally that means this combination is coming. Why would you not do that? Right? Because like we just like the Conor McGregor, you know, the truth revealed about the Jose Aldo, you know, video that I did, Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor fight. Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo because he watched so much game tape on him that he knew that when he did this, that meant he was going to do that. Also, Conor's the best counterpuncher in the history of the sport. But without a doubt, he game taped him. I mean, absolutely without a doubt. Conor was clearly sitting on Aldo to do what he did because he probably watched a thousand fights of Aldo's, just the same fights over and over and over and over and over, so that by the time you get in the octagon with him, you've seen everything he's got. You've seen everything he's got. You got his timing down. You know his patterns. You know all that stuff. Like, it makes no sense. Like, that makes no sense to me. None. And you're like, I don't know. That is bizarre. Like, Conor watches game tape. GSP watches game tape. You know, I'm not going to speculate on other guys, but they're the great ones that I know for sure. I would bet $1 billion that Khabib watches game tape all night. Because you're prepping to get in an octagon and fight the guy until one of you's unconscious. Like, wouldn't you want to go in with every possible weapon that you could have? I mean, seriously, like, this shit's not a fucking game, man. Like, I'm being like kind of like, you know, dramatic, but like, this shit's not a fucking game. You're going to get locked in a cage and fight another man until one of you guys is fucking unconscious. You don't want to watch a video of the guy doing that so that you could maybe figure something out and give yourself an edge? I mean, we're not talking about a fucking tennis match here, right? It's not just a matter of hit the ball back over the fucking net. Like, this is like, this guy's trying to take my head off. This guy's trying to punch me in the face. This guy's trying to kick me in the ribs. If this guy has his way, if he gets what he wants, he's going to shatter my knee, break my rib, and then crack my jaw, and I'm going to be unconscious. You want to take shortcuts on that? That's lunacy, okay? But I'll tell you this. So my fucking boy, Matt Sales, my boy, okay? Like, we've done events together where we commentated him, you know, like live events together. But Matt Sales, my dude, man. But he doesn't like to watch game film either. But that's not because he thinks he doesn't need it. It's because he gives him anxiety. You know, like, because it brings him to, like, the fights. So I can't throw rocks at that. I've never, you know. So if it's a matter of, you know, like Kattar and Max Holloway feeling that way, like it just gives him anxiety. I mean, listen, if I was their coach, I'd be like, dude, suck it the up. You know? Suck it up and give yourself the best opportunity to win. But at the same time, I'm not in a position to throw rocks at somebody who's an actual UFC fighter like Matt Sales and go, you know, suck it up. Like, if maybe, you know, mentally, maybe it gives him anxiety and he thinks too much when he's in there. Maybe that's maybe that's their thing. It's like, oh, you know, it makes me think too much. I personally, having been in the, you know, in the ring and fucking box people, I can't see how that would not help. You know, like, just I can't see how that would not help. I mean, for me, it would help immensely. But anyway, that's my dramatic video about one little quote that these guys gave. So if you like the content, subscribe, ring the bell so that you find out when I post other bomb-ass videos like this, son. Because if you made it this long, it means you probably like my content, so I can go crazy. I can say crazy things. I can say crazy things because it's like, man, when he goes off the cuff, this motherfucker's crazy. I love it. That was weird. That was weird. But guess what? I'm a weird guy. You want to know what I'm going to do with the rest of my night? You think that was weird? I'm going to use these colored pencils and I'm going to go color with my daughters, okay? I'm going to get a big coloring book. I'm going to color shit. That's the fuck I'm going to do. You think I'm joking? I'm not, okay? I just took Giselle to a Brazilian jiu-jitsu class where she looked good. She looked good. She took a girl's back, sunk in the hooks, and she tapped a girl. It was awesome. She's good now, dude. She's getting really, really good. And we ordered sushi to get delivered, so that's on the way. And so I'm going to sit with my other daughter. I'm going to use a coloring book, and we're going to color some shit. That's what's going down. Jesse, why are you acting so crazy? Because I'm filming at night, okay? I'm filming at night. You guys like this, then, you know, let me know in the comments. Because this is how I film at night. Because what it means is I'm done with work. Normally when I'm filming during the day, I'm like in between work meetings. So I'm like, you know, I could do the video, but simultaneously I'm like, fuck, I got to get on that call at 1:30. Like, I got nothing to do now. This is just me off the cuff. You guys are like, oh, he must be on drugs. I'm not. I am definitely not on drugs. Nor have I drank even one drink. I don't really like to drink, and I really don't like to smoke weed. So no drugs, no nothing. This is me on tilt. This is amazing. I stopped talking about MMA 5 minutes ago. I'm still flowing. Woo! What else can he talk about? Who knows? I just told you about my dinner, told you about a coloring book, and I told you about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. You want to know why I'm still talking? Because I'm going to look at the analytics on this video, and I'm going to see how many people actually continued to watch when I just started going crazy. Because it's an experiment, and I want to see how many people will watch me talk about utter fucking nonsense. You want to know what this was? You want to know what was in here? This was a pistachio latte because they ran out of pumpkin spice. Okay? That's a true story. I got the last of the pumpkin spice yesterday, and so I went in there today. I was like, oh, what else you guys got there? Oh, well, our seasonal shit is pistachio. I was like, fucking, I'll take it. I'll take it. And give me 2 extra pumps and 1 extra shot of espresso. Okay? This is my iPad. This is my iPad. My kids always fucking steal it, okay? I leave it out, they grab it, they steal it, they use it for their little kitty games. It's crazy, man. I'm like, give me my fucking iPad, okay? Stop stealing my iPad, okay? Stop it. I need it. I need it for shit. I'm gonna watch a movie tonight, and it's called The Call. It's on Netflix, and it's a Chinese movie, and it's about some girl who's 20 years in the future on the phone with someone else that's 20 years in the past or something like that. I'm very interested. It has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm excited to watch it. I also just watched a movie that everyone should watch, okay? If you guys are still watching now we're really in the, outer space. I watched a movie called Anything for Jackson that is so fucking good, dude. Anything for Jackson is the best horror movie I've seen in years. Incredible mystery, perfect execution, has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's unbelievable. Also, what's up, dude? The Night Stalker documentary. Woo! That's happening. Fuck that movie I was going to watch. I'm watching that. Yeah, anyway, so I'm going to watch the analytics on this video, and depending on how many people made it to the end, I'm either going to be like, wow, that's insane. I really can talk about anything. And like, people who like watching me talk, I can talk about fucking anything. I just talk about an iPad, what I'm going to watch on Netflix, using coloring books, eating sushi, taking my kid to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and what flavor latte I got, okay? If people are still watching, you know what that means? It means I'm a fucking superstar, and I can talk about anything. Woo! I love you guys. Peace!